Good morning, mate. Yeah, really enjoyed the weekend. Loved watching the game. There's something about a Champions League final. You know, it's such high stakes, and it can hinge on one half a chance. You either take it and give yourself a great opportunity to win, or if you miss it, you don't. You know that against the very best, inevitably you get done. And that's the way it went for Dortmund, who played very well in that first half. They had some great situations. They're unlucky with one or two things. Adeyemi had that amazing chance when he went through one-on-one.
Yes.
And you just think to yourself, Jay, when you watch it, you're thinking, you've got to take that chance.
Baddy, let me ask you this, right? There is something about this Madrid, not just this team, but this Madrid football club.
Yeah.
Because if you remember 3 or 4 years ago, when they played Liverpool, Courtois was man of the match. He somehow managed to keep... He was, honestly, look, coming off his arms, his ribs, his chest, whatever. He managed to find a way. And then inevitably, they get their chance and they score at the fast stick.
Yeah.
And it felt not as bad as Liverpool totally dominated.
Yeah.
There's something about this Real Madrid team. They manage to stay in the game, and you knew it when they warmed up. You knew what was going to happen.
And that's and look, and I've watched a lot of games at the Bernabeu in this competition. I've covered a lot for talkSPORT. Jim and Aid, myself, were there a couple of 3 seasons ago watching. I mean, some of the games they've had in recent seasons against PSG in this competition, against City, against Chelsea, you know, and the way that they've managed to turn games around and seemingly pluck a victory from nowhere is astonishing.
But that's not luck.
I was going to say, it's because of the regularity they do it, Jay. It ain't luck anymore, is it? Occasionally, you might think, we got away with one now. And even they must.
You can't keep saying that, though.
Even they must, in their dressing room, occasionally they must think, how did we win that? But they just seemingly have this incredible belief. And I think that's what it is. I think it's the fact that they've been over the line so many times. And it's the fact that they know they have game-changing players that can alter, whether it's Bellingham, whether it's Vinicius Junior. They've got players that can make the difference in any given moment. And they've just got this incredible belief. The fans almost... in that stadium, right? In that stadium, I've been there on some of those nights when they've turned things around incredibly. They believe it, Jay. They believe it's going to happen.
They know it's not over, don't they?
Even when they're...
What happened against Munich earlier in the season, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the keeper spilt one. And all of a sudden, Josselu's come in from nowhere. He scored 2 goals in 3 minutes.
Joselu. I mean, again, it's a wonderful story, him being a Madrid fan as a kid, and etc. And then, you know, managing to have such a big say on such a big night. But again, those nights, the fans in the Bernabeu, they believe they're absolutely adamant that they're gonna get over the line somehow. But also, until literally that clock stops ticking. You know,
you look across and you've got Don Carlo there with his eyebrow like a little caterpillar going up and down.
Yes.
And you look across and you've got that steely, silent. You've got a manager that not only knows how to win it as a player, but knows his way around Europe more than. I mean, he's going down now. Is he the Don?
I mean,
is he the best? Is he the best ever?
I just looked at his honours as a manager.
Just a manager,
yeah, as a manager, Serie A with Milan, and Champions League with Milan twice.
He won the double with Chelsea.
He's, obviously all the FIFA Club World Cups and UEFA Super Cups and all of those. Won the Premier League with Chelsea. He won the FA Cup same year. Ligue 1 with Paris. La Liga, obviously he's won that with Madrid a couple of times. He's now won this 3 times with Madrid. Bayern Munich, Bundesliga. And I mean, individual awards like Coaches of the Year and this and that. I mean, the list is so ridiculous. It's not even funny what he's won. So he is incredible. And he's one of them coaches that, I remember asking Terry Venables about this once, about in matches, Jay, as a coach, when you're watching things and you're not sure what to do. How many fans are sat there and they're watching their team play and they're thinking, don't like the feel of what's going on here, which would have been what the Madrid fans were thinking first. Don't like the feel of what's going on here. And we need to do this, we need to do that. Well, experience those Ancelottis of this world. And Terry said to me, the amount of times you sat there as a coach, you'd be watching a game, you'd be thinking, I need to do something. Don't do anything.
Just leave it and see how it
goes.
Don't
do anything. Sit there and leave it. And kind of experience tells you that, yes, you might have to do something, but you don't have to do it like right now. And even Carlo said, when he was standing there at the start of the second half, and he must have been thinking, come on, boys, he'd like to see his team do a little bit more. But inevitably trusts and believes that they will produce and they will find a way. And
indeed. Well, it played out exactly the way most people thought it would, and you could hear it live here on talkSPORT. I just want to ask you about Jude. It wasn't his finest game, but...
Doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
He's
won himself.
Matter.
I mean, he's La Liga Player of the Year. He's won La Liga. He's won the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's not 21 yet. I just wonder now, going into this... I mean, I've done the game, the pre-match with Sam Matterface at Box Park, and we spoke about... I said, as a selfish point of view from England, I want Real Madrid to win it because I want Jude Bellingham going into those Euros on an absolute high. I know how to win one of the biggest cup competitions in the world. It is the biggest domestic cup competition in the world, right?
Right. Yeah.
So going into that with that, those shoulders and that arrogance, that lovely arrogance he's got. Yeah. Southgate now's got to feed off that, hasn't he?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.